I feel like this is one of them moments, not even in tennis, but in life, when in a few years later, 10, 20 years later, you say to your friend, oh, where was you when this happened, that happened? This match between Sinner and Alcaraz was simply great, bro. Unbelievable tennis. And I feel like, yeah, a final like this, right after, you know, the whole Nadal ceremony, that era, sort of coming to an end now. Couldn't do tennis any better, man. Like, this match delivered at the perfect time. A few videos ago, I said that, like, oh, now that, you know, Nadal, Federer, Murray, soon to be Djokovic retires, tennis is gonna be in a vulnerable state. But after this match, I can safely say tennis is in great hands. And this is the Grand Slam final between these two. We've got another, pray to God, 10, 15 years of these two. I wonder this is what it felt like being like this age, around like when Federer and Nadal first started playing. Because boy, I can't wait for the future, bro. Like, we're gonna have so many matches, finals between these two. Anyway, though, let's lock in to talking a bit about the match then, and just what transpired on our screens, because boy, there's a lot to unpack. My sort of expectations on this final wasn't really sky high, because I feel like the few games that Sinner and Alcaraz have played against each other, some matches have been hit and miss, and then them first two sets, I felt like that's where it was going. Sinner's level in those first two sets were just not cracking. Like, after that sort of first game kind of blip where he was a few break points down, I feel like Alcaraz in those first two sets, he was kind of playing really ultra aggressive, like he was really pushing up and attacking Sinner's serve, and I felt like that led to a lot of mistakes on his end, which is kind of why he lost those two sets. And this is where I feel Alcaraz as a player has grown so much, because I feel like a few years ago or even last year, Alcaraz had issues with kind of adjusting and changing his tactics within games, which has cost him a lot. Where he kind of sort of just does a little bit too much. He goes to winners, he plays a bit dangerous, he plays sort of very low percentage tennis. And I feel like in this match, he really executed changing his game plan really well, where instead of attacking Sinner's serve on the rise, he opted to stand way back behind the baseline, looking like Medvedev at times, and has taken that ball on much later, which at first I thought wasn't the best thing, because that's what kind of Sinner loves. He loves when he can sort of dictate points. But in this situation, him sort of flipping things, him kind of changing his strategy here, worked so well where he was able to return deep. He had way more angles to attack, then opens up a bunch of other possibilities to then control Sinner's serve, and ended up working so well, where he dominated that third set, getting back that one set, making it 2-1. And then you had that fourth set where he was down 3 championship points. But I just don't know how he does it, bro. Like, I think since he won that first point back, I kind of just knew that, oh God, it's gonna be a long day for Sinner, man. He better start praying, because this Spanish guy is not gonna give up, man. So he came back 3 match points down, forcing a tie break, forcing things to a 5th set. And then this 5th set, it was really neck and neck. But one moment that kind of shifted things towards Alcaraz in a way was that dodgy line call where Alcaraz served the ball in. It was quite clearly out, but neither the umpire or the line judges called it. In that point, Sinner kind of paused, thinking that, oh, it's out. But then it wasn't called, but he hit it. So play continued. And then Alcaraz then won that point. But it was kind of unfair for Sinner in a way, because like, if you're thinking the point's over and then the point continues, it's hard to kind of stay focused in that moment. Those were kind of the key moments where you saw momentum shifting in that 5th set. And then in the 5th set, when you feel like Sinner is down and out, Alcaraz is gonna coast his way to the victory, to the championship, Sinner comes back. He was a breakdown in that final set, but still finds a way to come back, bro. Like, bro, the cinema on display in this match was crazy, man. Anyway, after those crazy moments, the game then gets moved on to a final super tiebreak. And boy, hey, man, That I feel like that super tie break felt kind of disrespectful from Alcaraz there. Like, you didn't have to do Sinner that way. Like, you could have made it a little bit closer. But no, I feel like in that final tie break, you kind of noticed clearly who had been playing the whole year and who hadn't. Because I feel like Sinner was just completely spent. And I think there's a stat where it says that when Sinner has played matches longer than like 3.5 hours, he's lost every match, I think, or he's got a losing record at least. And yeah, I feel like you could definitely tell like who had the energy, who had the confidence, momentum, and who didn't, which is a shame. But I feel like, again, it was just Alcaraz just showing a crazy dominant level, and just leaving that aside, just what a crazy game, bro. Like, I do hope that we do see more players reaching this kind of level. As fun as it is, it will get kind of, you know, repetitive seeing these two keep getting to finals. But hey, man, but if each of them can be this crazy, hey, man, I'm here for it, bro. Oh, yeah, I guess as I've still got you guys here, I may as well talk about the women's final match. I didn't actually watch that match. I was busy, but I did see what happened after the match and that post press conference with Sabalenka, where I think she said something under the lines of like, if Iga Swiatek had played instead of me, she would have easily beaten Coco Gauff, something like that. I haven't got it word for word, bar for bar, but I feel like one that is just crazy what she said, but two, I kind of understand what she's saying in a way, but I feel like she just delivered it poorly. I think she kind of meant, what I think she meant was like she played so bad in that final that she felt that that should have been Iga in that final instead of her. I feel like that's what she meant. Maybe I'm just sort of giving her the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, but either way you pull it, you're just saying a bit too much. I can't lie. Like, if you come second, if you lose, you've lost, man. So just congratulate your opponent and just move on with life. But I feel like this year is still a success for her. Like, in 2 out of 2 Grand Slam, she's got to the final in both. I feel like overall, that's a great year. Like, you're there, just outmatched on the day. You still beat great players to get to these finals. Going into Wimbledon, I feel like she's definitely a big favorite. I feel like she's a favorite. Swiatek, I doubt. And then you got Madison Keys as well. I feel like those two are the favorites coming into Wimbledon. But I feel like in Wimbledon, you just can't predict it. So we'll just see what happens when we get to there. That was kind of my sort of reaction to the match, and that obviously not the most insightful, not the most crazy. Just my initial reaction to things. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for now. And I can't wait for Wimbledon and all that to come next, because boy, is it gonna be special.